Hello and welcome to the Reading with Cari podcast. New episodes air every Wednesdays with special mini-sodes airing on Saturdays on any device you listen to podcasts. Click the link in the description to find the podcast now. Thank you and enjoy. Hello and welcome to Reading with Cari, a mindfulness podcast series that can be used as a sleep aid or to ease your anxiety and relieve your stress. I am your host, Cari Favole, and I am so thankful that you've decided to spend some time with me. I am just chock full of bonus episodes lately, aren't I? I know, I just can't seem to stay away. Well, as we approach the holidays, I realized that, at least in America, we really only focus on the Anglo-Saxon traditions. And being that I do want to be an open and welcoming podcast, I thought it might be nice to branch out occasionally and explore new real-life adventures. So today just so happens to be a beautiful Indian festival called Diwali. Now, full disclosure, I am not very informed on this topic, so most of my information I've pulled directly from a very easy-to-follow article from the Almanac, of all places. Link in the description. So I do want to apologize if I miss a key element or get something not quite right. It is not my intention to be offensive or insensitive. Quite literally, it's the opposite. So, Diwali comes from a Sanskrit word that means row of lights. And that's exactly what the celebration is, a festival of lights. Some areas of India actually extend the celebration to 5 days. And I'll get into that a little later, but to keep it simple for now, on this day in the evening, people will line the streets and their homes with candles. And much like Christmas in America, although Diwali is a religious holiday, many who celebrate are not Hindu, Sikh, or Jain. According to the Almanac, quote, Diwali occurs on the darkest day of the lunar month, which is the day of the new moon, unquote. That's why the celebration is around light, since this is the darkest day of the year. I can't help but be reminded of that scene in Disney's Tangled with all of the floating lanterns. They do that too. They'll even set off fireworks to light up the night sky further. As if that weren't a beautiful enough vision, another important aspect of the festival is family. The family gathers together to eat sweets and pray for loved ones lost. It sounds a lot like mixing the concept of being grateful from Thanksgiving with the indulgences of Halloween. They also lay out fancy feasts, and we'll basically just spend the day together. So again, in order to ensure I'm not getting anything wrong, let me pull from the Almanac once more to explain how the celebration can extend through 5 days. The first day is a day of preparation for the home. The celebrants will clean their homes and, quote, create intricate rangoli, designs made of colored rice, sand, or flowers, created on the floor of the home, unquote. Can you just imagine the beautiful centerpiece this must create? The second day is a day of preparation for the feast. Many will spend the day buying and prepping the special foods, especially the sweets, and will also pray, quote, for the spirits of ancestors in the afterlife. This reminds me a lot of the harvest, collecting your blessings and praying for those who can't be with you now. We've discussed what happens on the third day. It's the apex of the celebration with the Festival of Lights. The fourth day sounds quite a bit like Valentine's Day, where the marriage bond is celebrated. The fifth day focuses on the nuclear family, specifically siblings. We don't really have a day like this in America that I can think of, but we really should create one. So, although we may not have ever thought that we could celebrate something like Diwali, I think that by walking through this, it becomes very clear that most of us do incorporate the heart of Diwali throughout the year. Perhaps it would be good to go a bit further and assimilate more of the 5 days into our celebrations. This Thanksgiving, take a moment to reflect on loved ones lost and say a prayer for them if you are spiritual. Set aside time to call your siblings if you can't visit them in person, as I know this year specifically that's a very tough ask to do. And surprise your spouse with a thoughtful gift just because. And if you want to be a part of something bigger than yourself for a night, light a candle outside tonight and look up into the night sky and know that this beautiful vision that fills your eyes has been shared by millions of people this very day. Thank you for listening. I welcome you back anytime you may need to hear a comforting voice or a familiar bedtime story.